Well, I seem quite happy being out so far. I've had no escapees yet. So yeah, it's Sunday today. It's a hell of a nice day. I'm on a bit of a mission this morning. I've been up early. I'm trying to get everything done because I'm thinking of getting some bits mowed. A few little bits here, and well, I'll see how I get on. I've got a limited amount of time to do it, so it'll be whatever I can mow, I will mow, and to bale tomorrow, and then it's forecast wet again. It's a shame because everything's ready really, I just don't have the time to physically do it. I've got to go to market in the morning with some sheep, and then I've got to go market again on Wednesday, so it's just going to be one of them weeks. But anyway, yeah, it's been a lovely day today, so I want to make the most of it. Finally found a bottle of propane. That's actually Cala gas. This is the empty bottle that I've got, which is Alta gas. I can't find anyone that takes those back. Don't know whether Alta gas even exists anymore, or whether it's been bought up, because when you ring the number on the bottle it takes you through to flow gas, and there aren't seemingly any flow gas dealers anywhere near here, and the only ones that are listed apparently just don't do it anymore. So I found a place the other end of the the other end of the motorway that does Cala gas, so I had to buy a bottle, well, you know, hire a bottle and full of gas, so it cost me a bit, but at least I've got it now. And then I got home and tried it, but it turns out that these caravan regulators are no good. You need an adjustable one you can open right up, because it just doesn't let enough gas through to make a decent flame for it to get hot enough. So more problems. Yeah, I mean, if I'd have known that, I probably could have got a regulator from the place where I got the bottle, but I didn't know until I got home. So I've ordered one. I'll have to wait till next week now. So, all the while these horns are getting bigger and bigger on some of these. They're getting a bit, turning into a big job. Anyway. Well, we're mowing. We're in one of my wettest fields. This is the field where the roller got stuck over in that corner. And we're going to try and mow it because I'm desperate to get the grass off and maybe get some muck on it. So I'm hoping the ground's dry enough, but we'll see how it goes. So far it seems alright. A good crop on here considering it's had no fertilizer and it had no muck at the back end. There we are, that's these two fields done. Quite a bit of grass on really, quite pleased. Over there is the tree I was cutting up the other day. It's a bit wet on the ground next to it, but apart from that the rest of the field wasn't too bad. So yeah, quite pleased. I just want to get this grass off and get some chicken muck put on here because it's not had any muck. And maybe some fertilizer. So right, we'll go and see if there's anything else we can mow before we run out of time. Yeah, I forgot to pick my camera up, but I've been out mowing today. I've cut, if you believe it, I've cut 8 fields, which has amounted to about 11 acres. So just lots of little bits. This little bit here, 2 other little bits at home, which only adds up to about 3 acres, and then the 2 fields which I've just shown you, that was 5 acres, and then another 2 little fields, and then another little field, but all just little bits and bobs. I thought I'll get all the fiddly bits out of the way, and most of, well, yeah, and then my 2 bigger fields I'll do in the next dry spell we have. But I'm half thinking of making some hay, so one of the fields is nowhere near, the one I want to make hay on is nowhere near ready to mow, weirdly. But yeah, the 9 acre field that's behind here there's quite a bit of grass on, but I just didn't want to go mad mowing because yeah, I haven't got a great deal of time to get everything done. I'm very low on barley, so I've got to go and get some barley I could do with going picking up some fertilizer to put on the bits that I've cut. I'm hoping to get some muck out, a little bit of grass seed and stuff, so it's just, yeah, I've given myself enough to do, just cutting these few bits. But anyway, that's just me rambling on. So I'm just giving everything water and spreading around what's left of the barley. This is pretty much all I've got left. All these tubs I've got in here are all empty, so yeah, I've got to go and get them. Anyway, we'll catch up with you tomorrow probably. This sheep that's been wandering around the yard for the last couple of months, I thought I might try and sell it tomorrow because I'm taking a few others, and I just chucked him in the scales and he's 36 kilo, and he's been loose in the yard helping himself to barley, brewer's grains and all the silage it can eat, as well as any of the grass. You know, there's plenty of grass about the yard, for like 3 months, and he weighs 36 kilo. So I think with some sheep you just can't fatten no matter what you do. So I think it's time he was gone. I'm just getting fed up with him pooing all over the cattle feeds. I was just rowing up the grass. I did a bit of mowing yesterday. All my little fields. So the rake seems to be working reasonably well, although I have just had a puncture. Right, we're all rowed up. It's very fiddly trying to row up grass in tiny little paddocks with lots of obstacles, but we managed it. So the baler man's just turned up at the first field, so we're going to go take the rake off, put the grab on, well, put the loader on and the grab, and dig the bale trailer out, load the tyres up. So we've had one oil leak on the pipe. I've had to switch round. I had to switch the spools round, so I had to pull one spool. I had to pull one lever one way and the other lever the other way to get the rake to lift up, which takes a bit of getting your head round, but I've managed it. We had one puncture, so I had to take that. Luckily with this rake you can take the double wheels off and just put one wheel on the spline, on the shaft. So yeah, happy days. We're going to drop the rake off and put the loader back on. Well, here we are again, stacking bales. All baled up. We had 39 bales in total of around about 10-11 acres, so just less than 4 bales to the acre, but I don't think that's too bad, because more than half of the ground that I've baled didn't have any fertilizer. So yeah, I'm quite pleased really. Got all the little fiddly bits done and out of the way. And then yeah, we got one more dry day tomorrow, Tuesday, and then it's forecast like a week of rain, so just what we need. I'm hoping to try and get a bit of muck spread humid and just sloppy stuff and chicken muck before it rains, but we'll see how we get on. So yeah, this is my first load that I'm bringing back, so it's probably going to be a bit of a late one finishing tonight, because yeah, I don't really know whether I'm going to be able to bring full loads. It was a bit squidgy on the field bringing this load off, so we'll have to see how it goes. And I've left my trailer in the way for some reason. Well, it's the next day now. This is the last load of bales that I loaded up last night before the tractor started pouring oil out the back end somewhere. So I had to stop. It was pouring out. I couldn't see where it was leaking from, so I dropped this trailer off and power washed the back end off and tried to have a look with my torch, but it was dark by this point, but I couldn't see where the oil was coming from, so I had to call it a day. I parked it off, and then yeah, I've just done all my morning jobs now, come out, started the tractor, stood looking at it at the back end, and I can't see any oil leaking. It doesn't seem to be dripping anymore, so I thought, well, maybe it's run out of oil. There's oil all over the floor where I've been unloading bales, and here on this stone there's big lines of oil where it's been gushing out. So I thought it must have run out of oil, so I've put all the oil that I've got, which isn't quite enough, but it's topped it up, and it's been running now for about a quarter of an hour, and it's still, I've tried the brakes, I've tried the steering, the spools, everything. I'm just going to jump out now and have a look. Ah, it's leaking again. It's dripping. It's leaking from in here somewhere. Oh, it's pouring out now. Overnight, maybe it needs the oil to be a bit warm before it starts leaking. Happy days. Put the bale down. Yeah, it's pouring out now. I just can't see where it's coming from. It's coming from up in there, but what it is that's leaking I can't see, and I honestly think the only way to find out is probably to lift the cab. So really annoying. I was hoping we've got one more dry day. I was hoping to get a bit of muck spread where I've collected these bales from, but it doesn't look as if it's going to happen unless I can fix this or go and borrow another tractor, both of which are very time consuming. So happy days. Right, I'll go and feed my cows. Well, I've spread him up. Windows aren't very clean. I've had to borrow a tractor spreading some sloppy stuff that's like a cross between cow slurry and chicken muck. So, and I've sprinkled a bit of grass seed on here. You might think I'm mad, but it just needs reseeding really, but I don't want to plough it, so I've just sprinkled grass seed on, and I'm just putting muck on the top, and I was hoping to roll it in, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get time to roll it in before it rains. But knowing my luck, I'll do all this, and it probably won't rain. And it'll all just dry up and I'll end up with it all in my silage, but I'm giving it a go. So I did it last year on a different field. I spread some grass seed and then put muck on top and then rolled it in, and it actually worked really well. But that was like a new lay, whereas this is a really old established lay, so I don't know whether it'll work or not. But whether the seed will find the ground to get a footing, with it being such a thick turf of grass. But we'll see. Still just trying to get to grips with this tractor. It's a little bit different to mine. It's very different to mine. And bad things about them. A much bigger tractor, they can take the weight better. Of the spreader, they just carry the weight a bit better, but it's absolutely gutless, this thing. I reckon it's got less power than my 6410. But no, it's just very handy that I can get this done before it rains, and then I'm hoping to try and have a look at my tractor and try and locate this oil leak tomorrow. Maybe Mark will come and give me a hand, I'm not sure. I just hope it's nothing too serious. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. This is a lot of faffing around for a small amount of acres. Speed up a bit here. It's fairly flicking it on now. You have to hold this spool because it doesn't lock in. And only one of the spools works. Apart from that, it's fine, it's great. Not throwing oil out, so it's better than mine. So yeah, it's the end of the day. Had a reasonably good day, although it could have been better if my tractor hadn't got a serious leak. Hopefully we'll have a look at it tomorrow and have a look, see what's going on. I did get my muck spray spread about 6 loads of muck, so all the sort of sloppy chicken muck that had been sat by in my midden all winter, I managed to scoop up, and I got all that spread. So I'm quite happy. I spread some grass seed as an experiment. I've spread a bag of fertilizer. So all in all, I've sort of done most of what I wanted to do. The only trouble is I'm completely out of barley. Some cattle didn't get any tonight, so I don't know whether to go first thing or at some point tomorrow. Ideally first thing if I can squeeze it all in. I was going to go to the market and take some cattle, but I'm just not going to have time, so I just got to be realistic. I might take some maybe on Friday to a different market. I can't really decide. The cattle job's gone a bit quiet, I think. I'm just talking to someone then who's sold some last week, and he said that the auctioneers said don't rush to bring any more in the next couple of weeks because there's not any massive demand. So there's demand for finished animals, but not like unfinished stores at the moment. So I don't know what to do. Mine are sort of not. Well, I've got one that's near enough finished, but the others are stores that want to be going on to a finishing ration. I mean, I don't know whether what I'm feeding them is a finishing ration, but they're not. Whether they're as good as they're going to get or not, I don't know. But anyway, it's hard to know when you keep cattle for so long. It's hard to know when to draw the line. Part of me thinks I probably should have sold them like 3 weeks ago when there was a big strong demand. But anyway, that's always the way, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to end the video here. I had no idea when I'll get around to editing it because it's already like 11:30. I'm going to just do 10:30. I'm just going to do my hen jobs and see if I can get up and get some barley in the morning. So yeah, you might notice I'm down one tractor. The 6430's disappeared. I won't tell you, I can't really tell you where it's gone, but it's disappeared and I've no idea whether it's ever coming back. It might do, it's possible it might not, so feel free to guess. I bet you'll never guess where it's gone, but yeah, for the time being it's not here, so I'm down to one tractor. I was a bit anxious about it as soon as it disappeared, about having one tractor, and as it turns out I was right to be, because the trouble is as soon as it breaks down, if you're busy, you're knackered, so that's a bit annoying. But anyway, at least I've got the loader tractor, so I can still do sort of everything. It's just, yeah, you're very reliant on one machine. So anyway, I've just counted up my pullets. The pullets are at, they slowed right down. They got to about 85% and then they just stopped going up, and I was like, oh no, I was sort of hoping for them to get right up to in the 90s like the last flock did, but they've crept up the last 2 days, so they're at about 90% now, nearly 91, so I'm quite pleased with that. So hopefully they'll keep going up. The chickens are not really enjoying this hot weather, the heat. It's not really doing them any favours, but anyway, you can't have it always, can you? It looks as though it's going to rain heavily for the next week. We're supposed to be having like thunderstorms that were supposed to be coming this afternoon. It felt like it was going to. Just as the sun was going down, it felt like it was going to, the heavens were going to open, but it actually didn't. A friend of mine down near Shropshire said that it did. It was absolutely chucking it down. 1 minute they were sowing maize and the next minute it was torrential rain. So yeah, we haven't had that yet, but we might have it in the night or in the morning. So, and then we'll see. Hopefully it'll wash all my muck in. So, but when it does stop, we've got loads more grass to cut. Maybe hay to make if we get the chance. So anyway, I'll end the video here. Thanks for watching. Sorry for that. Well, we've had a fair bit of rain now. It's the next day after I spread a bit of muck. You can't see, but I put a couple of loads on here after I put the fertilizer on, so I'm a little bit smug, but at the same time we're never happy, are we? Because it keeps raining like this. I think everything I've spread is just going to wash away.